Former cruise director reveals 17 cabin tricks targeting seniors, over 60 that cost you hundreds. Most cruisers over 60 don't realize this. Certain cabin choices statistically lead to 20 to 30% higher onboard spending, even when the room costs the same. I'll break down how your cabin influences what you buy, who you call, and how much you spend, and reveal the one sentence that stops most of it cold. Most people misunderstand what cabins are really for. Cruise lines don't. 1. Why cabins matter more than you think. Most passengers think the cabin is just where you sleep. Inside the industry, it's treated more like a control room. Cruise lines study how guests move, rest, call for help, and spend. And the cabin sits at the center of all of it. For seniors especially, cabin comfort quietly determines how often you leave, who you call, and what you buy. That's not accidental. It's designed. Here's the key point most people miss. A convenient cabin often increases reliance on paid services, while a slightly less convenient one preserves independence. Two similar rooms, very different outcomes. Before booking, ask how the cabin affects your daily movement, not just sleep. That changes everything. 2. The cabin location bias. Ever notice how repeat cruisers over 60 often end up on the same decks? That's not loyalty. That's assignment strategy. Cruise lines track which cabin locations generate higher onboard spending, and older male passengers statistically cluster in a few specific zones. Those zones happen to sit farther from free dining and closer to paid venues. It feels quieter, it feels calmer, but it also means more elevators, more fatigue, and more let's just grab something nearby decisions, which usually cost money. That's the trade-off they don't explain. Here's the practical move. Choose cabins based on walking distance to free essentials, not deck prestige. Shorter walks save energy and cash. This next one feels like a favor. It rarely is. 3. Complimentary upgrades that aren't. Picture this. You board the ship and someone casually mentions a complimentary upgrade. Maybe a better view, maybe a quieter deck. It feels like a win. What doesn't get mentioned is that upgraded cabins often come with higher daily service charges, stronger sales contact, and closer proximity to paid amenities. The room itself may cost nothing extra. The experience does. This works especially well on experienced older cruisers who value comfort and routine. 2 facts matter here. Upgrades increase onboard spending. Seniors accept them more often. That combination is profitable. Before saying yes, ask for the full daily cost difference, not just the cabin price. That single pause saves money. 4. Accessibility that creates dependence. Accessibility should increase independence. Sometimes it does the opposite. Certain senior-friendly cabins are positioned to minimize walking, but also to maximize reliance on room service, phone assistance, and staff help. That sounds helpful. It also increases paid interactions. Here's what's rarely explained. True accessibility is about choice, not convenience alone. A cabin that removes walking options can quietly reduce confidence over a 7-day cruise. Less movement, more calls, more charges. That pattern shows up clearly in onboard data. The smart move is simple. Choose accessibility features without isolating location. Ask where the nearest free dining and exits are. Independence is the real upgrade. This is one of the smallest charges on board. It quietly becomes one of the biggest. 5. The minibar isn't about snacks. The minibar isn't stocked for hunger. It's stocked for habit. Cruise lines know that older guests tend to keep routines, a nightly drink, a late snack, something familiar before bed. So minibars are placed at arm's reach, priced just below worth calling about, and rarely explained clearly at check-in. Here's the quiet trick. Minibar items aren't just expensive. They're designed to feel too small to dispute. Over a week, that adds up fast. 2 facts matter. Minibar charges spike after 9 p.m. Seniors use cabins more at night, profitable timing. The fix is easy. Ask for the minibar to be emptied on day 1, even if you think you won't use it. Out of sight works. 6. Cabin phones and paid help triggers. Why does calling from your cabin feel so natural and cost so much? Cabin phones are positioned and programmed to encourage use for small problems. Towels, questions, directions, minor discomforts. What's not obvious is that many of those calls route through paid service lines or trigger chargeable assistance. Seniors use them more because they're clear, familiar, and immediate. This isn't about deception, it's about defaults. When the phone is easiest, it gets used and billed. Two facts collide here. Cabin calls cost more. Older guests trust phones more. Quiet revenue. Before picking up, check the free service options listed in the daily program. 5 seconds saves dollars. Nothing about housekeeping schedules is random, especially for older guests. 7. Housekeeping timing pressure. When I worked on board, housekeeping schedules weren't just about cleanliness. They were about flow. Cabins assigned to older guests were often cleaned mid-morning, right when most seniors prefer to rest or settle in. The subtle message is simple. Leave the room. Once you're out, where do you go? Lounges, cafes, shops, paid activities? Free options exist, but they're rarely nearby. Over a full cruise, that repeated nudge adds up to extra spending without ever feeling forced. That's the design. Here's the move most people don't use. Request late day or do not disturb cleaning at check-in. Fewer disruptions mean fewer expensive detours. Control your schedule. 8. Paper notices versus what you're not told. Ever notice how seniors get more paper delivered to their cabin? Daily schedules, flyers, reminders, all helpful on the surface. What's missing are the fine details, service limits, cancellation windows, and free alternatives. Those are usually buried digitally. Cruise lines know older guests trust printed information more, so paper becomes the primary influence. This creates a quiet imbalance. You see what's promoted, not what's optional. Two facts line up. Printed notices increase participation. Digital fine print limits refunds. That gap costs money. The habit to build is simple. Cross-check one paper notice per day with the digital program. One comparison prevents surprises. If you've ever felt unusually tired on a cruise, your cabin may be part of the reason. 9. Cabin lighting and fatigue engineering. Cabin lighting affects more than mood. It affects stamina. On many ships, cabins assigned to older guests use warmer, dimmer lighting that feels relaxing, but also reduces alertness over time. Less energy means fewer long walks, more sitting, and greater reliance on nearby services that usually cost money. This isn't about comfort alone. Fatigue changes decisions. Two facts connect here. Tired guests spend closer to their cabin. Paid venues cluster nearby. That's intentional. Here's a simple correction. Use brighter lighting during the day, even if it feels unnecessary. Energy preserved is money saved. If this is already making you rethink how cabins are set up, this channel is for you. I cover cruise tactics, rule changes, and cost traps that quietly affect seniors the most, so you can avoid learning the hard way. 10. Temperature control limits. You adjust the thermostat, but the room never quite feels right. That's because many cabins operate within narrow temperature ranges controlled centrally. Older passengers feel temperature discomfort more strongly, especially at night. When sleep suffers, people compensate. Extra blankets, room service, spa visits, even medical consultations. None of those are free. Discomfort creates transactions. Two facts matter. Cabin temperatures are capped. Seniors report discomfort more often. Predictable outcome. The workaround is practical. Ask guest services on day one about manual override options or fan access. Small comfort fixes prevent costly solutions. This one surprises almost everyone, even frequent cruisers, because it involves safety. 11. Emergency buttons. What really happens? What do you think happens when you press the emergency button in your cabin? Most guests assume immediate medical response. In reality, the first step is usually a triage call, often routed through a service desk trained to assess urgency and liability. That takes time. Seniors press these buttons more often for caution, not crisis, which changes how calls are prioritized. This isn't neglect, it's protocol. Two facts matter. Emergency calls are screened. Non-critical calls are delayed. Understanding that matters. Here's the smarter approach. For non-emergencies, use direct medical desk numbers listed in the program. Clarity speeds help. 12. Balcony cabins and fear framing. A safety officer once told me, fear sells upgrades faster than views. Balcony cabins are often marketed to seniors using safety language. Fresh air, less crowding, better peace of mind. What's rarely discussed is that balcony cabins don't statistically reduce incidents for older passengers. They do increase nightly costs and service charges. The fear isn't false, it's selective. Two facts collide here. Balconies feel safer. Interior cabins have similar risk levels. Higher margins win. Choose balconies for enjoyment, not reassurance. Comfort should be a choice, not a reaction. Pay attention to when information reaches your cabin. Timing matters more than content. 13. Daily program delivery timing. The daily program doesn't arrive when it's ready. It arrives when it's most effective. For cabins assigned to older guests, schedules are often delivered later in the evening or early morning, just close enough to decision time that there's less opportunity to compare options or research costs. That timing matters. When choices feel urgent, people default to what's highlighted. Two facts line up here. Late delivery increases impulse bookings. Seniors prefer planning ahead. That mismatch favors paid activities. Here's the adjustment that works. Review the program the night before and circle one free option first. Anchoring early prevents rushed spending. 14 first-day cabin scripts. On embarkation day, staff follow scripts, and they change by age group. With older male guests, the tone is often extra reassuring. If you need anything, just call. Don't worry about walking too much. We can bring things to you. It sounds helpful. It also sets expectations around paid convenience. Those first impressions stick. Habits form fast. Two facts matter. First-day behavior predicts cruise spending. Seniors accept assistance more readily on day one. That's when patterns lock in. Your move is simple. Politely decline unnecessary help early. Independence, once claimed, tends to stay. Quiet sounds like a benefit, but it comes with trade-offs. 15 quiet ship promises. When a cruise promises a quiet cabin, what does that actually mean? For older guests, quiet often means distance, farther from shows, free dining, and common areas. What's rarely mentioned is that many quiet cabins sit closer to paid lounges, specialty restaurants, or service corridors. Noise is reduced. Spending opportunities increase. Quiet sounds like comfort. It can also mean isolation. Two facts matter here. Quiet cabins reduce foot traffic. Reduced foot traffic increases convenience purchases. That's the trade. The smart approach is balanced. Ask what's near the quiet cabin, not just what's far away. Silence shouldn't cost extra. 16. Loyalty status cabin traps. Loyalty perks feel earned, and that's why they work. For senior cruisers, loyalty status often comes with cabin benefits, priority service, preferred locations, faster response times. What's less obvious is that these perks can lock you into higher-cost cabin categories and discourage price comparisons. Status changes behavior. People stop shopping. Two facts collide here. Loyal guests book faster. Faster bookings cost more. Cruise lines count on that. Here's the reset button. Treat every booking like your first. Compare cabin prices before applying status perks. Loyalty should serve you, not the other way around. If you remember only one thing from this video, make it this. 17. The one sentence that stops most tricks. You're standing at guest services and the conversation is moving fast. This is where most cabin-related costs get locked in. Upgrades, service options, helpful add-ons. There's one sentence that consistently slows the process and forces clarity because it interrupts the script staff are trained to follow. Here it is. Can you show me the free option first? That sentence works because it resets the frame. Two facts make it powerful. Free options exist. They're rarely offered first. Simple question. Immediate shift. Use it early. Use it often. It protects your independence and your wallet. Most cabin tricks aren't aggressive. They're quiet. They rely on comfort, habit, and the assumption that convenience is always worth the price. Over a week-long cruise, those small decisions compound, especially for experienced travelers who trust the system to work in their favor. Now you know what to watch for. Cabin location, timing, language, defaults, and most importantly, the questions that change the outcome. If even one of these cabin tricks surprised you, this channel is for you. I post videos like this every week breaking down cruise tactics, hidden costs, and rule changes that affect seniors the most, so you can cruise with confidence instead of learning the hard way. This video is for informational purposes only. It is not professional travel, medical, or financial advice. Always consult qualified experts before making decisions. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.